day everyone. Today's session is about history of industrial psychology and organizational behavior. Industrial psychology had its formal beginning by Walter Dill Scott in the early years of 20th century. Scott was the first to apply psychology in advertising, employee selection and management issues. In 1913, Hugo Monsterberg, a German psychologist, supported the use of psychological tests to measure an employee's skills and to match that person with the requirements of a particular job. Though Scott and Monsterberg provided a beginning for the field, it was a request made by US Army during World War I that marked the emergence of industrial psychology as an important and useful discipline. To screen and classify millions of men recruited for military, the Army commissioned psychologists to devise a test to identify people of low intelligence so that they could be eliminated from consideration for training programs. Two tests resulted from their efforts. They are: one is the Army Alpha test, which is designed for the recruits who could able to read and write. The second one is the Army Beta, which used mazes, pictures and symbols for recruits who could not read, and also suitable for immigrants who were not fluent in English language. Other tests were also prepared for selecting candidates for officer post and pilot training for other military classifications that required special abilities. In order to detect neurotic tendencies among the Army recruits, personality tests have been devised by the psychologists and personal data sheets were developed. After the war, business, manufacturing concerns, school systems and other organizations demanded more and better testing techniques to screen and classify large number of people. The tests devised for the Army were adopted for civilian use and new ones were designed for a variety of situations. A long-term research programs conducted at the Hawthorne, Illinois Western Electric Company plant documented the influence of a variety of managerial and organizational factors on employee behavior. The Hawthorne studies opened up new areas for industrial organizational psychologists to explore, such as the nature of leadership, the formation of informal groups among workers, employee attitudes, communication patterns, and other managerial and organizational variables. World War II brought more than 2,000 psychologists into the war effort. They contributed for testing, classifying, and training the recruits in various branches of military service. Industrial psychology achieved greater stature as a result of contribution to the war effort. The demands for engineering psychologists also increased. Psychologists supplied information to engineers about human abilities and limitations for operating high-speed aircrafts, submarines, and other equipments. They also involved in the design of industrial robots, high-tech office equipment, and the redesign of workspace for today's automated operations. Organizational issues have assumed greater importance. Human relations skills are recognized by managers and executives as vital to maintaining the job performance. In recognition of the significance of organizational variables, the Division of Industrial Psychology of the American Psychological Association, that is APA, became the Society for Industrial and Organizational Psychology. To summarize this session, industrial psychology began in the early 20th century and grew under the impetus of the two world wars. A major change in industrial psychology came with the research conducted by Hawthorne studies. Thank you.